Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Let me begin by saying I feel tremendously honored that Easton shows me this remembrance. The young Abraham Lincoln once wrote that his greatest ambition was to be esteemed by his fellow men and to be worthy of that esteem. The young Easton Douglas understood and followed that precept. Your wide presence from both sides of the political spectrum and the tremendous outpouring of tributes across the country signal clear testimony that Easton Douglas succeeded greatly in that regard. As his journey's end was fast approaching, I was called to his bedside. There I found him in a seemingly deep sleep, and he began to whisper, "Easton," with his small voice. He stirred with eyes closed and a slight smile. I continued, "What's this thing about me doing your remembrance? You're gonna win this battle." He shook his head in satisfied resignation, opened his eyes, smiled with comradely fist and thumb finger pointing upwards and whispered, "Ted, Easton Douglas's story cannot be told in a single remembrance. At the same time, we need not enlarge him in life greater than he was in death. We need not enlarge him in death greater than he was in life. His achievements by themselves are in fact very large, monumental, and multifaceted. Like all of us, he was not a perfect man, but he was called to a perfect mission. To inculcate our nation with a sense of caring for others, particularly the less fortunate, and promoting environmental order in a disorderly land. In this important enterprise, he held fast to the teachings of his father, kept the promise, and left Jamaica a better place. When the history of our time is written, the name Easton Wentworth Xavier Douglas will be cited among that rare breed of public servants that can be truly called builders of our nation. We remember him well as a legendary, even iconic government town planner, resolute and articulate with an encyclopedic knowledge of spatial planning issues. He displayed a schoolboy's elasticity and an unquenchable passion for environmental matters beyond the normal grasp of mere mortals. On one of those eventful days, as we awaited the arrival of former Prime Minister Patterson for the handover of housing units at Riverton Meadows, there was Easton animatingly exclaiming, "Ladies and gentlemen, you see the beautiful vistas in the horizon." Everyone remained totally bemused as they only saw the towering Riverton dump in the background, while Easton saw the clouds reaching down to touch the trees. He already told me that it was Norman Mann who first aroused his interest in physical planning. On one of his many visits to his home at Victoria Road in Whitfield, he confirmed that in the despondent colonial settings of those days, the former Premier of Jamaica always counseled that the future of the country lay in planning, science, and technology. In a positively coincidental way, man's thoughts paralleled that of Marcus Garvey and the young Easton Douglas, son of Edward Douglas, an unrepentant Garveyite need no further prompting. Each generation has its challenges, not of its own choosing, but its character and spirit is tested and measured by how it responds. Easton Douglas and his brother Conrad were first responders to the environmental degradation and spatial anomalies that existed in post-independent Jamaica. And so began Easton's rite of passage, precipitating his journey of preparation and corrective action. We know government scholarships and graduate studies in planning, surveying, and estate appraisal completed at universities of London and Reading, England. He returned home to confront the task he had set himself. As projects manager at the National Housing Corporation, an assistant to former Minister of Housing Anthony Spalding in the late 70s, I had a ringside view of Easton's resolve to ensure that his nation appreciate and respect proper environmental standards. Inevitably, there were frequent clashes between the unwavering Easton as government town planner and Tony as an equally strong-willed Minister of Housing, with each seeking ascendancy in interpreting residential planning policy. Tony Spalding, an eminent jurist, understood planning laws, but Easton was more cognizant of the potential for abuse beyond the narrow confines of the law. That is why when Tony curiously cited his authority as Minister of Housing, Corporation so to undertake a particular development, Easton would remind him in writing or to his face that his powers were circumscribed by the National Resources Conservation Act. And yes, there were times when the arguments almost ended in physical confrontation, as Easton would not use one inch. This was the case with the Stadium Gardens project, where the presence of former Permanent Secretary Clovis McLean, George Sterling, and myself, there was a heated disagreement. Easton left the minister's office in a rage, with Tony in person shouting epithets unworthy to be recalled in the sacred chapel. Easton stood his ground at the bottom of the stairs and responded defiantly, "You're lucky you have Clovis and George to hold you back." Soon after, in the quiet confines of his office, Tony instructed that all the mitigating measures recommended by Easton should be incorporated in the project. Today, the Stadium Gardens project stands as a shining testimony of Easton Douglas's resolve to uphold the integrity of spatial planning in the public sector. And there were many more. Notwithstanding his detailed adherence to proper standards, Easton Douglas's tenure as government town planner witnessed a record number of housing starts and completions unmatched hitherto or hereafter. Admittedly so, also, in his quest to sensitize all stakeholders about the dangers of the environment, long before climate change became watchwords, we would often be bored by his long lecture. On one particular occasion, while addressing an Operation Pride seminar, he paused after an hour into his speech, and the gratefully relieved audience, thinking he was finished, stood and clapped vigorously. In a second, their hopes were dashed, as Easton stoically declared, "Mr. Buchanan, please ask your officers to sit. I have only completed the introductory phase of my presentation." It was indeed another very, very long evening. In his last days, he found satisfaction in the thousands of landless Jamaicans who benefited from secure tenure under Operation Pride. He often confided to me that despite distractions and misrepresentations, the delivery of over 30,000 planned lots to first-time homeowners and the resulting social and economic upliftment represent the greatest instance of land reform in the Western world. Despite overpowering elect, he refused to let his journey end. He kept the promise of his fathers and gave his all in passing knowledge to a new generation of planners, surveyors, and land valuators. As chairman of the National Housing Trust, he drew on his vast experience in researching the NHT's role in fulfilling the shelter aspirations of our people. Critically also, he challenged developers to provide practical and affordable housing solutions to reduce squatting and thereby counter criminality. In his last days, he confided to me that he was extremely sad in not completing all he had wanted to achieve. But he understood clearly that unearned suffering is redemptive, that somewhere, somehow, he will be given his due and be remembered justly. So Easton Douglas, a glorious original, in a world of too much superficiality, a humanist who made us all larger by the sheer dignity of his persona, now leaves the state. Sadly also, too many in our nation are unaware of his pioneering work to better their lives. As we say this last farewell, let me invoke and paraphrase the words of the poet P.H. Fredander in saluting the work and work of this authentic pathfinder, this pioneering spatial planner par excellence. He shall not travel by the road he made. For him the heat by day, the cold by night, the inch slow progress and the heavy load. For them the shade of trees that then he planted. And yet the road is his, as never theirs, O pioneer. You shall not travel, but you made the road. Work done. Go now, Easton Douglas. Go gently to that place that C.L.R. James called the rendezvous of victory, the meeting place of the truly worthy. More than likely, you will meet once more with your fellow purveyors of social justice, who preceded you from the cabinet class of 1989 to 93, when first you entered the highest court in the land. And of course, there you the warm embrace by your leader, the supreme champion of social good, Michael Mann. In that celestial reunion, you will find the peace denied you in life. And even more redeeming, there will never be an end to love. So go now, Easton, my minister, my mentor, and my friend. Go to your Father in heaven. Exchange your cross for a crown, the prize that awaits you, the prize that you truly deserve. May flights of angels take you to your rest, and may God's perpetual light shine on you now and forevermore.